Move it around a bit.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then above that, you've got your center pitch and roll. It'll take, wherever it is, it'll center both.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you wanted to tell it to go to a specific thing or a particular speed, you can. Some of that is similar to last month, except that now the buttons are bigger, it's on a touch screen, and it's on a different machine. And the problems to be resolved there was, that's my normal development box is Windows XP, and the drivers for the touchscreen don't work with XP. So, migrate everything over. So, another thing that happens, see in the upper left-hand corner, you see that tab that says Master or something? Go ahead and touch that. That I need to make a little larger. But normally, this would be the Master control page. And you see the big emergency stop. And one of the big instructions is going to be to whoever's operating this, if there's an emergency, don't slam the button and break the monitor.
Oh, yeah, right. Nice.
So the emergency stop does work if it's in the middle of of an operation, just like the seat belts work.
Right.
And right now we're reading things. You can see the red go on and off.
Okay.
And as Rob suggested, we will take it to yellow or orange, something to show that this is the one that changed in the middle of the operation. There's going to be a reset button out there to say that okay, the show is over. Reset any other things that happen with the seat belt. There'll be a start to sequences, multiple sequences like the donkey walk there. And then there's also be the start the show, meaning that, okay, start reading the sequences now that come from the video or the video track.
I know, of course, when you rebuild the system, the noise problem will probably be reduced quite a bit.
And the back is still open, but go ahead.
But one thing I was thinking was, can you do some signal conditioning in software? Like you could do sort of a rolling average, because what you're getting now is you're getting a ton of outliers and stuff. Maybe you could have sort of an average. I mean, on the one hand, you can simulate just slapping a capacitor on the output,
That's true. Well, the issue is the cables are running. You're talking about this thing, right?
Yeah, it's sort of jitter on the...
I could have cut that open and run the wires apart, and I would have got that taken care of.
Okay.
But it didn't feel like it was, in order to make that really work, I needed the USB repeater, so I made sure I got that, I made sure I tested that. So now it's a matter of splitting the wires, but all the electronics are going to move inside.
Okay. You probably want to be open to possibly having to do some signal conditioning, though.
That's a good point. I should, I appreciate the recommendation.
And this might even be a good time to just, I know you're moving away from the software for a little while, but this could be a good test bed for just trying something out and see, does it really improve things? You could have some factors that you could tweak,
Right.
This is multi-threaded, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, so you definitely...
I absolutely have to go there.
Right.
Okay?
So
and once I go there, then that's going to solve some other problems.
But this is off the table until you go multi-threaded, because this would be running in the background, cleaning up. You'd have probably one little routine cleaning up the output of one sensor, another routine cleaning up another one, while your other thing is still monitoring
the seat
causing
belts
the actual, the seat belts, the motion, and all that stuff. So that's just something to consider, And I think it's another thing where it's something other people have done too, so you can probably do a little, Googling, and maybe there are some algorithms out there, so you don't have to totally design it from scratch,
I think, I appreciate the recommendation and suggestion, and we'll certainly keep it in mind. I'm hoping to just sidestep the whole issue.
Yeah.
Okay? Because at that point, I should not have that issue. And if I do, then I'll be going, Rob.
I'm just thinking, in any type of system, you typically have to do some debouncing and some filtering and stuff like that.
And you're really more right than I was thinking just a moment ago, because as we stop and then start going the other way, there's going to be a jerk, and I don't know what that's going to do to the pot inside. So I may absolutely have to do that anyway. So I think you're right. Again. Rob is the head of the top things. No, that's a good idea.
Just out of curiosity, how do you have the pots wired in? Because I'm assuming each actuator just has a pot in it, basically,
That's
right?
correct. Yeah.
So it's just got 3 terminals.
That's correct.
So, how do you have that? Do you have like that little schematic or anything, or
Schematic?
just kind of did it all?
Yeah. So, obviously, these are the Thompsons.
Yep.
A little more heft than the other one.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, a lot of it's motor. And, you know, you got the 3 lines.
Yep.
One's the wiper. And they're just,
Pass it around.
we've got 5 volts on one, ground on the other, and the wiper comes off and is read by the card.
Are you running the 5 volts in the ground all the way down that cable?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because right now there's nothing inside.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and we'll get to where we're going in just a minute. I think we're almost there.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, these are the Thompsons. Yeah.
This is a change from last month, right?
nice piece of
Well, these arrived, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5
So when I
weeks
met
ago.
you guys here at one Friday, this okay.
These were on order, but they certainly weren't here yet. Okay.
Wow.
And we knew we were headed to these. Because the little ones just don't have the guts. I was hoping the little one had the guts to move, you know, 2 people sitting there.
Yeah.
And until we started adding
Yeah,
speed
now.
control with the pulse width modulation, you kind of could do that unless it was two large people at the large, you know, at the big angles.